Oh, there's no recovery for iThrow. He just got it back. Almost a kill there for LDZ. Even though it's not quite the kill, it should be the set here so shortly. iThrow just barely clinging to life. LDZ with a whole other stock to work with. He does lose his second, but iThrow deep red. Gonna need a Gimper, a near perfect stock here to beat LDZ. LDZ with that axe, I'm expecting a recovery. There's one already. iThrow likes to dodge upwards. He likes to be up in there above LDZ. That's so dangerous. That upwards dodge from iThrow is gonna get eaten by a recovery sooner or later, but LDZ doesn't even attempt to edge guard there.
Grabs himself a spear, gets a recovery onto iThrow, almost enough to knock out. LDZ going high, trying to get these dares on iThrow, probably trying to combo off of a dare into a side air. He's on the edge now on the soft platform on the extended part of Mammoth. iThrow's getting that chip damage that we saw him get in the last match. This could still go to iThrow's side.
Chip damage is what iThrow needs right now. That hammer chips better than maybe any weapon in the game. Those spear ground pounds not working out anymore. iThrow has figured them out. The weapon toss not going to lead into anything for LDZ. iThrow putting LDZ into the red, and we have serious comeback potential. But LDZ side air with the axe. Nowhere for iThrow to run, nowhere to dodge. That's going to be game, set, match. LDZ securing a spot in top 3, putting iThrow in 4th place.
Congratulations to iThrow for getting the 4th place. That was 3 extremely well-fought matches. Wow, very impressed by that. Ladies and gentlemen, up next we have our first Bow 5 of the entire tournament, and we'll have Noel playing against Wrenched. The Fable matchup here.
The Fable Grand Final. Upper Final. I'm sorry. Grand Final, Upper Final. You know, I'm feeling optimistic. Feeling optimistic for Fable.
He's going to go down and come right back up?
You know, I told you what I thought. I thought if LDZ beat iThrow, he might make the Amazing Losers run and win this whole event.
Right.
But I think no matter what happens, we're going to see a bracket reset at this point. I think we have upwards of 20 games of Brawlhalla left to play. Let's get into it, defensive.
Let's get into it. Wrench picks up his Ember. Noel staying steady on his Hattori pick. And I don't know how this is going to end up. We haven't seen these two play for this entire tournament, but we have seen Noel absolutely dominate in some matches. And I don't know how they'll play against each other. I'm wondering how... Oh, dude, don't pick Oldham. Come on. I don't know how their dynamics will clash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, my money's on Noel. It's the safe bet. It would be the safe bet based on CP ladder standings. But Wrenched might be able to explode with those guitars if he's able to get one of those insane Wrenched-esque guitar plays where he just eliminates one of Noel's stocks. You know, I think Wrenched can win that game. If it's slow, even-paced game, where Wrenched isn't dictating the speed, I think Noel will take it pretty handily.
Well, I mean, we have Noel using a speed stance, Wrenched using, I think, the defense stance. Wrench is losing a speed stat, Noel's gaining one. I think just in terms of pacing, Noel has the opportunity to dance around Wrenched with his increased speed, and I think that he's going to utilize that. I think he's going to go full aggression, and he's going to chase down Wrench when he has the opportunity to, you know, go ahead and do that and not get punished. And I feel like we might see a 3-stock even, just because the way these guys play are so different, right? You know, Wrench wins because he dictates, you know, the speed of the match. Noel often wins because he's just so much faster than everybody else in micro, you know, interactions and just in overall gameplay. He's got 9 speed. No one's faster in the game right now.
It's like that in Light we saw him put out there to catch Wrench. That's kind of those micro actions we talked about. Dodge burned from Wrench, got stuck under the platform, and that's a sloppy start. Noel looking very comfortable right now.
Indeed, he does. He is in orange, however, and I don't know if he would have gotten that first stock so quickly if not for Wrench's head bonk. But Noel playing consistently with the sword here, going for those recoveries, going for high damage moves, and very, very quickly hitting a side air into Wrench's charging down sig. almost getting a gimp off the top. That neutral sig definitely would have spiked Wrench to his death on the right wall.
Yeah, Noel coming up really big in game 1 right now of upper finals, and he is looking.
What? That dodge was so quick, man.
It's what you said. It's what you said makes him good, and we're really seeing it right now. It's very clear to see why Noel is rank 1 North America. He's honestly made a lot of the matches versus his opponents look very trivial.
Yeah, he really has. And it's possibly going to be a 3-stock here. I believe in Wrench. You know, he might be able to catch a neutral sig or something on Noel and, you know, make it so it isn't quite true. Maybe a JV 3-stocks in the future. But Wrench is definitely going to have to pick it up if he has any chance of winning this match here. Noel just absolutely shutting him down, dodging down through the soft platform for a follow-up side air on that move was just fantastic. Staying just off the wall to avoid that down sig coming out from Wrench. A side sig, barely picking up Noel. Ember has a little bit of a hitbox as she reaches backwards. Noel had an extra jump. That's what you get when you're that good. You get an extra jump in Brawlhalla. He had an extra jump. He's able to dodge back on the platform and get the 3-stock to boot. Wow.
It's hard when you get 3-stocked game one in a best of 5. Like, if you're wrenched, what do you change at this point? Do you just pick the same character?
No, dude. What you pick Roland? Don't you remember Zelo's strats from way back in the day? If Ember doesn't work, pick Roland, man.
Pick Roland. You know, you never know.
That's what I would do, just personally. But we don't know what Wrench. He picks Azoth. That's his alt pick. We'll see if you actually lock in with that. No Cthulhu Azoth wrenched? Red Cthulhu Azoth. Alright. Alright. I see the aesthetic.
If Wrench doesn't go absolutely ham with Azoth, I'm not expecting this to be good. I'm not expecting this to be good for Wrenched.
We've seen Doppy do amazing things with Azoth. Wrench is a terrific bow player. I don't know the level of Zax, but I feel like we're going to see him do... at least get 1 stock off Noel, you know what I mean?
You can't be asking for at least 1 stock in upper finals. Wrench needs more than that. And I don't know if this drastic kind of characters change might impact Wrench poorly.
Well, I don't have the stat spread in front of me, and my photographic memory is kind of on the fritz, so I don't remember Azoth's stats. I don't know how dissimilar or similar they are to Ember's, but it does seem like he gets 1 stock at least.
And Noel, with a bit of a blunder there on the attempted recovery, Wrench take full advantage of that.
Noel obviously is going to try to bring this back. He's not going to sit down and let Wrench change to Azoth, some character he's never picked in a tournament to my knowledge, and get the 1st stock and continue to rack up damage. Noel's going to plant his foot down, you know, grind his teeth, and be the consistent, calm, godlike Noel that we've come to know in these tournaments.
Yeah, something like a character change isn't enough to shake up Noel or get in his head. But that early self-destruct, almost self-destruct, turned into kill by Wrenched from Noel. That could be enough to get in his head if he ends up losing this game. And Noel actually opting for 2 recoveries in a row there. Very interesting, not something you see often. And Noel going down to 1 stock. Wrenched. Azoth pick working out.
I like it. I gotta say, I like it. I like it. Wrenched over edge now. He's got a recovery and a dodge left in his kit to get back to the map, but he dodges just too low and misses the wall. Noel honestly probably could have gotten him as he touched, but we do see Wrenched with a full stock lead, undamaged on his 2nd, Noel on his last, and you know, Wrench has gotten the majority of the momentum in this match. You know, it's been in his favor the entire time. He just for the first time got knocked out, and it was mostly to a misinput, I would think. We'll see if he continues with this Azoth destruction here. You know, maybe Wrench prayed to Cthulhu or something. That's why it's...
You know, I'm halfway expecting Noel to just keep turning this on to find the 2 kills onto Wrenched. Noel right now looking so good with this spear. There's the knockout. Wrenched can make it back, but Noel can... Wrenched.
Cross and everything. Yeah, it was sealed. Even stocks, ladies and gentlemen. Seems like Noel has taken back the match. You know, it was in Wrench's hands for a couple minutes, and Noel's like, "Hey, man, yeah, drop that. That's fine. Come on, what are you doing?"
It even seems like Noel let Wrench just get a weapon there that he's given Wrenched a little in on this match. He said, we're both Fable, let's make these upper finals exciting.
Make it look like there's an upset, right? But let's still let Noel win. Now, I don't think anything like that happens in the Fable house. Wrenched has gotten Noel into deep red, though. It could look, it could be a match in Wrench's favor. Wrench could pick one up here. Noel.
It's all about that axe there, but the spear dare right now, 3 in a row. Weapon toss doesn't connect. Noel playing around that axe recovery really, really well. It's something we're seeing Noel maybe pull off a bit better than iThrow was able to in the LDZ matchup. And Noel, reverse 3-stock, first a 3-stock, then a reverse 3-stock onto Wrenched. Up 2-0, looking to set, look at this clean sweep of this best of 5, 3-0.
Is there a hat trick type thing in Brawlhalla that you can achieve and inside of a set, a 3-stock or reverse 3-stock, and what 100-0? I guess has to happen because a JV4 is just uncalled for, right?
I like that. I like that. 100-0, a 3-stock and a reverse 3-stock.
Yeah, Noel's going for the hat trick here, ladies and gentlemen. He just needs to get a quick gimp onto Wrench without getting touched. And he'll have the hat trick, the new official hat trick for Brawlhalla. Wrench changing characters again, keeping the axe and the guitars, ditching the bow completely with this Ragnar pick. Drop, how do you feel about that?
I'd rather him play guitars than bow.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being honest, but it feels like he's almost given up versus Noel, that he's resigned himself to a 2nd or a 3rd place, which I don't want to see for Wrench.
What would you do in his boots, man? Playing against Noel.
I would stick with that Ember and go all in on the edge play.
What, try to catch bow ground pounds and bow Sayers against the wall?
You know it, Sayers, dares, maybe some gravity canceled dares, you never know.
Ooh, that's some fanciness, man. I don't know if Wrench has that in his arsenal, to be honest. But this has been a great couple of matches. Noel showing off in the first go about getting a 3-stock. Wrenched getting Noel down to 1 stock for only Noel to come back and reverse it. We'll see if Wrench can prove that he's worthy opposition with the Ragnar pick this late in the tournament. Noel here.
Noel doing really well here at the start of this 3rd character choice from Wrenched in Game 3. Really trying to catch Noel out or something with a mix-up, but
Noel's too consistent, man. Noel's too consistent.
Yeah, you can't catch Noel out by changing your character. Like I said, it's not going to work for Wrench to win. I would have just preferred to see him play 3 games, even if he lost them all on his Ember.
Right, I think Noel, even so, I think Noel's a player that plays against other players, not plays against a character pick, right? So no matter who you pick against Noel, he's playing against you. He's not playing against your Ragnar pick, or your Azoth pick, or your Ember pick. And it might make a little bit of difference on how the match goes, but Noel beats you. He doesn't beat your pick, right? And he's proving that now as he has Wrench down to red already on this 2nd stock. And he's just playing too consistently, man. Consistency is the trait of the day. Finally getting knocked out there by recovery from Wrench's axe.
And we should see Noel finding this cleanup kill, answer kill here shortly. Wrenched needs to try and hold that stock. Not quite going to be taken off the top of the map just yet. But Noel looking for a signature down sig charged, almost working. Wrenched getting a little bit too eager there, not quite able to punish.
Downlight recovery, still not enough. I'm pretty sure Wrench doesn't have a stance on, right? He's got the base 5 defense on Ragnar. Or is it 6?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has one.
I think it might be a 7 defense on Ragnar with the. Yeah, I think he's got 6 base. What? Wrench is done. What was that?
That's gonna be a 3-0. Noel convincing form in winter finals. That's gonna be Wrench versus LDZ for a 2nd crack at Noel. And LDZ was looking pretty good in his last match. Wrench gonna have a hard time maybe coming off of that loss.
Well, not only coming off of a loss, but coming off of a loss where you get reverse 3-stocked, and you Z for the very final stock of the 3 matches. That's a little bit tilting. But
yeah, it's gonna be tough for Wrench to recover from.
Right, but as a player that's played a bunch of tournaments, I'm sure Wrench can shake it off, you know, get his mind clear for this next match. He's going with his Ember pick against LDZ's Purple Taros. Wouldn't be surprised if we're on small Mammoth Fortress here. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is another Bow 5. The winner of this goes up to the Grand Finals against Noel and has the opportunity to reset the bracket in winning 3 matches and take a title away from Noel that he almost has on lock. He's winning 6 matches coming from the lower brackets.
3, 2,
Pretty tough.
1, brawl.
Yeah, LDZ, huge run through lowers. We'll see if Wrenched is finally able to be the one to stop him. I mean, if that happens, I can't imagine Noel not taking first place after the last set.
Oh no. It looked like Wrench could have gotten the Gimp, but LDZ is playing so hard. The Hammer Gimp to start it off, ladies and gentlemen. Well played by LDZ in the first stock. Can't really do much against Hammer with Katars, man. It's tough. LDZ is taking the platform away from Wrench wherever he goes. LDZ is there with the Hammer, with a Stomp, with the Neutralite. Huge hitboxes coming out from the Hammer and huge force against this 4 defense. Ember, a side sig, whiffs. LDZ goes deep with a ground pound, and Wrench actually catches a down air that does kill LDZ.
So there's gonna be 2 Gimps already in this game, 2 big kills before a minute. And Wrenched has brought this game back into his favor after getting gimped immediately by LDZ, and this is looking very good for Wrenched right now, playing from the back foot.
Wrench is definitely getting a ton of damage with the Katars here. He misses a side sig, and LDZ goes for a punish, misses the stomp, hits 2 side lights though, and the end sig just a little bit too close to the platform. He didn't get line of sight, couldn't quite hit Wrench and yank him and yoink him off the platform. Side air against the wall, sends Wrench outwards. Axe picked up by LDZ. Side light missing. Wrench is up top. LDZ could get gimped here by another ground pound, but LDZ reverses it, looking for the down air. Wrench, playing smart, gets back to the platform, arms himself with a bow.
LDZ not punished there for the missed recovery. Wrenched maybe going a little bit too deep trying to recover there, and LDZ is going to find the knockout. Game 1, very close.
And all this happening within 2 short minutes. This is a game that's gone very fast. I think the quickest game I've seen in tournament recently was a minute and 45 seconds when LDZ and Boomy just dominated. I think it was Midget and Hyper Hero in 2v2s. It was spectacular. But LDZ back on the edge with his Hammer. Wrench knocking him towards the kill box on the right side with that Sarah. LDZ going deep, catches the ground pound, catches the weapon toss, but then he's caught by Wrench's recovery, but he's going low again, trying to bait Wrench, and indeed does bait Wrenched too deep to recover. LDZ with the second Gimp on the match, taking the first match of the set.
It's LDZ up 1-0, and if he's able to take Wrench, it goes from a double Fable upper final to LDZ running the entire lower bracket and potentially winning this grand final if he's able to reset against Noel. But again, not going to get too far ahead of myself. He still has to take 2 more against Wrenched, and that's that's no small task. Defensive.
Wrench has gotten this far for a reason. He's good at the game. Period. End of story. But drop. Wrench isn't playing a Suri. Wrench is playing a Suri. Is indeed playing a Suri. He's not playing his picks of Azov or Ragnar or Ember. He's switched it up completely to Swords and Katars.
Suri is the Wrenched classic. This is what I like to see. I'm excited to see how this does versus LDZ. This is the old main. Wrenched versus Starlight back in the day, the Asuri mirror for NA. This is a comfort pick for Wrenched. I like to see him on it. But LDZ, unarmed offstage Taros, absolutely terrifying.
That gravity cancel down light into a ground pound is something that just, if you get caught by it, it just feels terrible because you know you get outplayed. You were read a minute before you even got to the edge. It was just premeditated destruction. LDZ with the axe now center stage. Wrench still with Katars. Both players deep in the red now with that ground pound. Wrench has the advantage over Edge. LDZ almost catching that downer, but Wrench with the quick nair from the Katars keeps himself alive. Going to the edge now, LDZ with a weapon toss after a Sair. Wrenched is the first one knocked out in this second match of loser finals. LDZ trying to catch these gravity canceled stomps midair, not quite gonna grab him. Izzy's knocked out here. He dodges up into a recovery and catches Wrenched off guard. It's a little bit of damage for the consolence of getting knocked out.
That was a nice Sair there coming from Wrenched. Even against that hammer, that was a hard read on LDZ to get that kill. And we're looking for those neutral sigs once again from LDZ, almost killing himself there off the edge. Wrench not able to capitalize, but here comes the Katar string.
LDZ consistently looking for this hammer recovery off stage, catches himself a neutral sig, and runs into a side air. Wrench only has one option left, and LDZ with a gravity canceled downlight to a side air has Wrenched in red off the edge in dire straits.
LDZ looking very much like he's going to go up 2-0 in this best of 5. Wrenched. Gonna have to bring her back a big deficit here.
Good. It's too good.
A little reminiscent of the Russian Mafia once again there from LDZ. Almost a full stack up here on Wrenched. And it looks like we're gonna have the final we all want to see.
I think it is gonna be LDZ and Wrench, or sorry, LDZ and Noel in the grand finals. But Wrench still has the opportunity to take this over top of LDZ, even though he's deep in red now. There's still a match to win.
LDZ 2-0 right now up in this best of 5. Wrenched in a lot of trouble.
I really don't want Wrench to be 3-0'd twice to get kicked out of the tournament. He needs to win
for anybody.
No, I want him to get this one. This one. I know it's more matches on top of the tournament, but I want him to win one. You know, a moral victory, if nothing else. As if third place isn't good enough. What am I talking about? Third place in a tournament of 688 people's good.
Yeah, I think some of the high-level players lose sight of that sometimes. That you'll hear these guys who are like, "I got 7th. I'm so upset."
And there's
1,000 people played in it. You know.
Yeah, I guess that's just a lofty mindset you get after playing Brawlhalla.
Yeah, when a top 8 just becomes nothing to you that you have so many of them.
Right. Well, I guess that's kind of what Masters is, kind of capitalizing on. You know, you don't play a tournament with 200 people. You play a tournament with the people that consistently get top 32. And with 32 of them, that's when 8 bursts are hugely different, right? That's almost power ranking level there. Wrench and LDZ getting into this match. Low on the edge already, both in orange. Wrenched on the lower side of the damage threshold there. But LDZ almost gets a gimp early, almost Z's early. Picks himself up an axe here against an unarmed Wrench. Goes for another dive kick. Doesn't quite hit it. Both players trying to get back to map. LDZ picking himself up an axe, picking himself up a hammer. Mid-toss.
Yeah, great weapon juggling from LDZ. Trying to force options out of Wrenched. I really liked that. But as it is right now, Wrenched finds those Katars. Everybody here at risk of dying. LDZ really wants that end sig. 4 in a row.
End sig. Yeah. Side sig from Wrenched. LDZ playing patiently, forcing Wrench to come up to him, almost hitting that neutral sig. Wrench just a little bit too far away. Wrench trying to hit an end sig of his own. Doesn't quite hit. LDZ forced to go to the left side of the map to recover safely. Wrench quickly picking up a sword and throwing out a Sair, knocking LDZ even lower to the side. Wrenched, almost out of options, gets himself back to the map and hits recovery, or hits LDZ in that recovery. But LDZ cleans up the first stock with a Sair 1 minute and 30 seconds into this match.
Yeah, LDZ sitting comfortably here. First kill of game 3, already up 2-0. Wrenched, the ball's in his court here to make something happen, and he is going to need to do that quickly. If LDZ continues to get free damage onto Wrenched, it's gonna be over shortly.
The recovery will do it. LDZ's knocked onto his second stock. Wrenched has the game even. starves LDZ of the weapon, and continues to starve him of the weapon, and gets a nice little string in for damage, as LDZ finally gets himself an axe here. Wrenched, playing carefully, not trying to give LDZ the advantages of having stage control. Wrench going low on LDZ, just misses the dare. LDZ with a double dare.
Two dares from LDZ.
Oh no, man. Does that
Wow.
spell certain death? A low damage dare onto a dare with axe? Is that real life? Is that real life?
And that's just LDZ things. Wrenched, even with that, firing back so hard, trying to even up these stocks, but LDZ finding a little bit of damage, and that is a lead. Can't really afford to give a lead to LDZ when you're already behind in games. And right now, Wrenched finally gonna find.
Here.
Yeah, he's gonna clean up the stocks. He could take game 3 here on LDZ. It's absolutely possible. LDZ wants to take this and get on with the tournament. That'll be the LDZ Noel finals we talked about, but no, there's a Wrenched Gimp.
Wow. He committed to that.
Player 2.
That was deep. Wrenched, taking one against LDZ, pushing this to game 4. I've got a feeling that we might see a little bit of extra aggression from LDZ in this match. Wrench got his one. I feel like Taros in LDZ's hands is a dangerous thing. We might see the epitome of that coming out in this next match here. They locked in on Mammoth Fortress, I think. Waiting for the game to start. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Brawl. We'll see who gets the first weapon here. It seems like LDZ sacrifices moving into the middle of the map until the weapon spawns and actually grabs it from above Wrenched. But another weapon spawned in quickly by the BMG devs that I'm sure are watching and controlling every drop in this match. And LDZ's getting a lot of damage on a Wrench, but Wrench isn't really firing back at all.
This is a promising start for LDZ. Wrenched even taking one game off of LDZ could be a bad omen for LDZ's chances in the finals versus Noel. Noel beat Wrenched convincingly. LDZ's already gone into game 4 here, and that's a gimp for Wrenched.
Wow, what an unfortunate clash. Ground pound to recovery. Wrench could still bring this back. We could see a reverse 3 game, I guess we call it. A run back.
Yeah, reverse sweep is possible.
LDZ not trying to get Wrenched any free damage, playing carefully with the axe. He goes unarmed, grabs himself a hammer, misses the neutral sig, but chases Wrench over to the side, and with a Sare, evens up the stocks, is only behind by a few ticks of damage. Wrench with this unarmed
Despite a
straight.
gimp, LDZ still very comfortable at 2 stocks. Which does say a lot about the matchup. Wrenched, however, finding this damage, building that damage lead a bit higher. LDZ starting to answer back with that hammer. Taros won't take long to close the damage deficit at all.
No, it won't. Just a few swings that thing will definitely get an Asuri pick deep into the orange. Wrench trying to go for that side sig, not quite making contact, but LDZ hitting that stomp over the edge and continuing the hammer damage and capitalizing with a throw, the stock knock onto Wrenched, and moves this match into possibly its final stock.
Yeah, LDZ looking like this game 4 should be the last one that he has to play with Wrenched. He has every advantage he needs right now to close this set out and take Noel on in the grand finals.
LDZ just over the edge now, unarmed, gets recovered by Wrench's sword. It's not a knockout yet, but he's very close to being knocked here. He finally gets the hammer that he was looking for, and Wrenched is immediately over edge with a single side light from LDZ. Both players playing cautiously here. Wrench with that side air is going to get LDZ over the edge, but Wrench does not need to play edges against LDZ now, especially when LDZ is armed with the hammer and the gravity cancel stomp into a recovery. Will seal the deal and give LDZ this set 3-1.
That's going to be 3rd place finish for Wrenched. And we're going to see LDZ Noel grand finals. Noel from upper. LDZ going to have to beat him twice in a row.
That's right, 6 matches for LDZ if he's gonna win this tournament. 6 matches, but Noel only needs to win 3. So we'll see what goes on here. What picks do you think we're gonna see from these 2 players?
I think we're gonna see what we've been seeing, Terrace and Hattori.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. They're probably deliberating, how long they're gonna make us wait. But this should be good. This should be good. I'm very much so looking forward to this match because I know it's gonna be, without a doubt, the most intense matches we've seen in this entire tournament. It's just the nature of these 2 players. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is another Bow 5. However, if LDZ wins the first Bow 5, it rolls into a bracket reset where he has to beat Noel again in another Bow 5, best of 5, to seal the deal. It's just the way things work, man. LDZ's lost, Noel hasn't, makes things even, Noel's locked in with his Hattori pick. LDZ, also known as TDZ, and the Brawlhalla client is doing the thing.
I think we're ready to go. As soon as LDZ locks in, assuming this is a Terrace pick.
I think it's pretty safe to say it's a Terrace pick, but then again, it seems like Terrace is his first pick, and when he feels like he's pushed up against a wall, he brings out the Bryn. So maybe against Noel, he kind of recognizes Noel and just goes immediately with the Bryn pick, or maybe we see something brand new, or maybe we see a Koji, maybe we see an Artemis. LDZ is a player that plays the entirety of Brawlhalla, not just one character, so it's possible we see something unique, different, new. And that would excite me. I'd like to see LDZ play something that I haven't seen him play before. And it does look like he goes with the Terrace pick, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going in to grand finals.
That's a 9-strength Terrace and a 9-speed Hattori.
Interesting.
I don't know what I think about this offensive. I like the 9-speed. I'm gonna be honest. I like it. Mm-hmm. It takes the dex away. 4.5, 4.9. That's not a bad stat line by any means.
No,
fastest in the game. No one can outrun you.
But sacrificing defense for strength on Terrace, I don't think is a bad look either. Just purely because, how much defense do you need against a 4-4 Hattori, right? And across the board, if you're hitting your opponent more than they hit you, your defense doesn't matter. I've said it for a long time, especially when I'm talking about players like Crocky, and that's why his dodge circles are so significant. He doesn't get hit, so his defense being low doesn't matter. Or at least when he does get a hit, it's seldom. But getting into this match, ladies and gentlemen, 30 seconds. Both players have traded damage up to orange. And it doesn't look like anybody has an advantage here. It looks like both players are just engaging in normal neutral game. But LDZ with a gravity cancel, stomp into a recovery. Another stomp into a side air. Has just taken the lead over Noel. Trying to get a deep recovery with the hammer there. Doesn't quite catch it. LDZ on the edge now, but it's somewhere that we know he's comfortable. It looks like these players are trading the dominance back and forth. They've both had an upper hand in the past 20 seconds.
Yeah, and this first kill keeps seeming like it's going to come out any time, and there it does with the side sig, LDZ. And defensive.
Hard to not get that kill there.
LDZ running back everyone for my throw. Looking like that prediction might hold some weight. Noel not quite able to get the kill. No, he does. LDZ not able to make it back. Dodge not up in time.
Stocks even at 2 here, 1 minute and 30 seconds into the match. LDZ getting the first ticks of damage on Noel, building on the damage he already had. Noel going high with those recoveries, eliminating LDZ's vertical options as he's able to just catch him in a fresh recovery every time. LDZ, stomp, recovery, punished by a gravity cancel downlight by LDZ. Significantly different gameplay from what we've seen in the rest of the tournament so far. Both players low on the left side of the map here. LDZ with 2 recoveries back to back with the knockout. LDZ is in a comfortable 1 stock lead here.
It's not a real big lead, and Noel is trying so hard to close that up. LDZ with that hammer, he's not missing any of those recoveries, even though so many players are testing him. Noel! Big! Offstage play there unarmed. Gravity cancel gonna set him up for the kill. And we're down to the final stock of the first game here in the grand finals. Noel getting pushed around by this axe. LDZ really trying to come up big here and take this first game. He does need a bracket reset. Going down 1-0 would be very detrimental.
LDZ armed here with the hammer. Noel getting a nice weapon spawn right above his head. Gets himself a sword. LDZ's playing carefully, going in with these gravity cancel stomps, which gives him a huge hitbox in front of him and above him. Trying to, convert those into the recoveries that we've seen him follow up with this entire match. So far, it's been his main source of damage. He goes unarmed now as Noel beats him back and forth. These side airs neutralites. LDZ with the axe needs to bring up something big here. Noel goes for a down sig, not making any contact. LDZ with a down air, punished by Noel's down light into a side air. Recovery coming out from Noel. And another...
What a gravity cancel from Noel.
That was a flurry from Noel at the end there to get that stock. Extremely well played by both players in that match. But Noel coming out on top, forcing LDZ to go to his Lucian pick. Something that I think you're a big fan of. Right, Drop?
I wanted to see the Lucian, especially LDZ's Lucian. How is this speed matchup going to hold up? Did you see what stance LDZ took? I didn't notice.
I didn't take note either, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's either, remaining on that basic 8 force or statted up to 9 force to be just on par with the Tori.
The speed, you mean?
Right, speed. LDZ playing cautiously with these Katars. A little bit floaty. He's looking for a way in, probably with some down airs. A weapon toss to interrupt Noel's recovery. LDZ racking up damage to the blasters now. Something that we haven't seen from him at all today. Noel over top comfortably with 2 dares. The second one missing. Noel needs to get back.
Oh, that's a recovery stuffed.
Oh no.
Noel.
Audio cue.
Big blunder.
Let's see if Noel can bring it back here. He does have orange damage on LDZ already. He needs to quickly pick up the spear and rack up a ton of damage, including a knockout, before LDZ gets a ton of free damage with the blasters here, which he seemingly is getting.
I'm not sure if Noel's really going to be able to deal with these blasters all too well, and Lucian just might be the first character that forces Noel to change.
Well, we'll see if Noel's unable to come back here. He's already been knocked down at the red on his second stock, but he puts LDZ into his second stock with that down sig. And Noel has the opportunity to go big here, right? The same way LDZ did a lot of damage on his first stock, Noel can bring it back. Vaxum did it earlier. We can just see him get a lot of chip damage, find his way on top of LDZ to get control in this match back.
Noel really wants to try and find that kill. He's really aggressively taking risks here versus LDZ. Pushing in on him, trying to find follow-ups off stage. Looking for gravity cancels, looking for Gimp potential. This time Noel's going to go around. He's not going to let LDZ take him down early once again.
No,
That's
he
no
is
recovery
able to
for
get
Noel, but he does make it back safe enough. LDZ starting to look real dangerous with that signature spam. Finally catching Noel. Doesn't matter how many he whiffs, LDZ seems to know when he won't be punished for a signature. It's just a...
Well, the first one's just a ruse drop. The second one's the one that he's really going for.
I believe that.
It's almost in line with what we were talking about earlier a few times. It's conditioning, right? Your opponent sees you do this one thing a certain amount of times. They'll expect you to do the same thing in the next go-about. And Noel probably isn't the best person to try to play mind games with, but he does get a lot of damage onto LDZ here in his last stock. Noel gets a knockout there, going deep with a dare. I wouldn't be surprised if Noel could still bring this match in his favor. I mean, he's gotten LDZ into his final stock, and they're both, hardly damaged, right?
If Noel brings this stock back and wins the game 2 here, I think we're going to see the 3-0 in grand finals. And I think at that point, we can safely say that Noel is the strongest looking player in North America. But as it is, LDZ gonna take that game. The Gimp did it for him. Damage so very close. Noel almost bringing it back 1-1. And we're going into game 3.
I think Noel might take a minute here, restart his client one more time, pace around the room, take a small drink of water. Back into the lobby, picking up his 9-speed Tori. No stance coming out from LDZ. Basic Lucian. And back to Mammoth Fortress we go.
And we're on game 3. Defensive. 1-1. This is Noel's set to win. This is his tournament to win. This is his year to shine as a North American player. If
I agree completely. But he can't just
beat LDZ.
Darn it, right? So he has to beat down LDZ. LDZ isn't going to go down without a fight. We see LDZ taking that second game because, you know, he's still good. He's here. He's showing up. He's not putzing around. There's a reason he doesn't have this. You know, there's a reason he's going with Lucian instead of Taros against Noel here. It's a serious pick. He's playing guitars. He's playing guns. He's playing Mata, dude. Playing the Mata.
I don't know how strong this pick is looking for him here in game 3, though. Noel seems to have figured this character out. And like we said, despite the Gimp, Noel still almost won. The Lucian defense really coming up big right now for LDZ.
Noel with a down light into a side air, almost enough to kill LDZ. LDZ low. Noel misses his dare as LDZ is moving back and forth, trying to recover to the map. LDZ, the side light, no follow-up as he knows LDZ isn't gonna waste a dodge and get punished in a ground pound. The helicopter that everybody's so fond of is a knockout for Noel, and he takes the first stock in game 3 of this grand final set.
And Noel's doing such a great job of putting that pressure out. And this is a kind of a big difference in their playstyle with LDZ. Like we said, he's hard to predict. He'll do these signatures that seem so risky but never be punished. He'll do those gravity cancels off the stage. He tries to catch you out. Noel doesn't necessarily try and catch you out or trick his opponents. He simply, like we said, he makes better, more precise inputs. He makes the right choice more often. These are almost two extremes of high-level play that we're seeing that are very, very different.
Well, very similar to what we saw in 9 speed and 9 force, right? You know, 2 extremes in Brawlhalla stats, 2 extremes in, you know, Brawlhalla players in the way they play. One's like, what is it, a drunken monkey style? Is
Absolutely, that's LDZ.
Right? And Noel is just the disciplined grandmaster who just, you know, does everything right. So we're seeing 2 greats right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a pleasure to watch, and it's extremely exciting as Noel goes up by 2 stocks.
Noel looking to go up 2-1 in this set. This could be over soon enough. 1 full stock lead for Noel. An entire stock deficit for LDZ to catch up.
But we won't see LDZ getting 3 stocks here as he catches that side sig on Noel as he spawns in. LDZ quickly being thrown into orange damage though. Noel doing a ton of work unarmed and continuing it, finally picking up a spear. LDZ catches him in a 3-move combo, the downlight, sidelight into, what was it, a nair? X-pivot nair? Extremely well done by LDZ. Ground pounds to cover a large territory for Noel. A down air, another down air whiffs, a 3rd down air makes contact, and LDZ is donezo. We get a bow from LDZ, a signature on GC from Noel. Both players, you know, respecting the other and, you know, taunting the other respectively.
Oh, the Bryn pick for LDZ, and I'm not surprised he switched his characters. Very typical of LDZ to do after a loss.
That it is. We do see LDZ opting for the speed stance to keep up with the Hattori pick with 9 speed from Noel. So he's at a deficit of a couple points, I think, but he should be doing all right here with a decent amount of speed, and that might be what breaks down you know, top tier competitive Brawlhalla's speed. LDZ doing an amazing job with the spear side airs against Noel. Noel deep in orange already. Both players comfortable on the side of the map, not really too worried about getting gimped or you know, losing jumps. They know pretty much what they're doing. I think we've only seen 1 Z from either of these players the entire tournament. Damage still being exchanged very evenly. LDZ going low with that ground pound. He could be punished by Noel here. A dare does make contact.
Dodge is up for LDZ, and Noel does not quite find that punish. That was certainly a whiffed opportunity for Noel. LDZ could be at risk of dying right here. Recovery comes out. Dodge is safe. And Noel now maybe on the back foot a little bit, but LDZ is going to toss that axe away, and that could be questionable. Noel looking to punish LDZ here. Only has lower kill potential.
LDZ far off the edge, throws his spear in onto Noel. It makes contact, and Noel changes positions with LDZ, going low on the map, immediately getting back to the other side, going deep with the ground pound, baiting LDZ. He catches a recovery, sending LDZ high, but it's still not enough for a knockout. He didn't get the max force out of that recovery. Now with the spear, he's baiting LDZ mid-map, picks up a sword after tossing a spear, and gets the first knockout of the match with a side air.
And this is game point for Noel. That first stock's gotta feel good to take, and he finds some follow-up damage, free damage on the stock 2 for LDZ right now. Noel going off, almost felt like
piling it on.
Really good potential there, defensive.
This could have been, you know, three stocks to 1 stock right then. Noel could have gotten another dare ground pound, and it could have been over for LDZ's second, but instead LDZ finds himself in action with a Sair, evens up the stocks, even though LDZ is in orange. It's even stock-wise. LDZ moving away from Noel, being very, very wary of Noel's sword. Noel playing a little bit more reserved here, as he knows LDZ he's got his back against the wall. This could be his tournament stock, tournament stocks. These last 2 here.
This is Noel's game to win or lose here. His tournament to win or lose. He has everything he needs in position to beat LDZ here in this last game. Even if he loses this one, getting another try, and even if he loses that one, getting a whole nother set. But I don't think it's going to take more than this game defensive. I think this is it. Noel is looking so good with that spear.
Looking good with the spear and going high against LDZ. The down air will close off this second stock.
Dodge not available in time for LDZ.
That 3-second cooldown in there, man.
LDZ is on tournament stock. He's looking at a 2nd place finish if he goes down here. Very respectable.
Respectable indeed.
Noel
is brought back. We've seen bigger upsets. We've seen, you know, reverse sweeps galore in Brawlhalla's history. LDZ could still pull it out here. Don't count him out yet, ladies and gents.
Nothing from his bag of tricks is working. Noel has this sprint pick figured out.
Throw down from the axe, trying to catch that neutral sig. Noel misses, but LDZ is low, side air. LDZ not quite high enough for it. Noel eliminating the option for LDZ to get a weapon, tries to face inward with that gravity cancel neutral sig, doesn't make contact. LDZ with a spear now. He's throwing punches out, man. He's an animal against the wall. That sig was uncalled for. Errant, and a recovery from Noel, now knocking out a face palm. Was he mad that it wasn't a knockout, or was he upset that he?
I think he was upset it didn't knock out. I think he knew.
Interesting. LDZ retrieving his axe after almost knocking Noel out with it on a throw. The dare to follow up will knock Noel out, ladies and gents.
LDZ needs another gimp. He's gonna go for it. Noel not really afraid to contest that.
LDZ gets wall slip soon. You got a hit in. It resets. He's getting some basic damage in, but it's not quite enough. He's almost 100% dead on the next hit. Touches the wall, gets a dodge off. It's close, ladies and gentlemen. Noel knows that he just needs to move away and get one good hit in. He doesn't need to overextend and get himself gimped. It's close. It's close. Oh man, this is so exciting.
LDZ, big opportunity. Noel makes it back very closely. To be totally honest,
I don't know why he dared again. I don't know why he didn't throw onto Noel again. I thought that was it.
This here, Noel takes it. 3-1 over LDZ in the grand final. Noel not dropping a set to anybody. Fable Esports taking spots 1 and 3. LDZ, the free agent, taking spot number 2. I throw set to destroy X in 4th.
Very well played by all 688 participants. This has been Brawl-A-Palooza, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by EasternMediaGG. That was a great tournament. You know, from match 1 to match X in the grand finals here, it was a lot of fun to watch and a lot of fun to cast with you, Drop. It's been a while, man.
Always a pleasure to cast with you, Defensive. Glad I could be on the mic with you. Had a good time. Glad everybody watched it, hung out with us. It was fun.
Right. Make sure to follow Eastern Media here on Twitch, over on Twitter. Keep up with them. We're gonna see a lot more Brawlhalla, tournaments from them, I'm sure, and maybe some sponsored players. I'm not sure what else we're required to say before signing off, but we are very close to the, I think almost 6-hour mark.
Yeah,
So,
it's
5-hour mark, rather.
5-hour broadcast time. You know, we did our sound check a bit before then, so it's been a day, it's been a tournament, but it's been fun.
But yeah, I think that was it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for watching the tournament. Thanks for those who participated, all the way from Noel in first place. Again, congratulations to all those who got top 8, all the way down to 688th place. We love the 50% of you guys that got that part. But yeah, I've been Defensive. You can find me on Twitter @DefensiveGames or on Twitch, twitch.tv/defensive. Dropped the Master of Brawl League.
I'll take that, you know. Look up Brawl League if you guys don't know what it is. I'm gonna assume if you're watching the Brawlhalla tournament, maybe you do. But it's been a real pleasure. One here with you, Defensive. I think this is us signing out.
That it is. Have a nice night, y'all. See you, Drop.